Ever wonder why happiness, a seemingly simple state of mind, feels so elusive at times? It's a question that has puzzled human beings for centuries. Enter the science of happiness. This is a fascinating field of study that delves into the essence of what makes us happy, uncovering the mechanisms behind this elusive sentiment and illuminating how we can cultivate it within our lives. It's like a treasure map, charting the course towards a more fulfilled existence. At the heart of this science is the concept of subjective well-being. It's the lens through which we perceive our lives, a blend of cognitive evaluations and affective experiences. In simpler terms, it's how we feel about our lives and the emotions that ebb and flow within us. The science of happiness also investigates the factors that influence our happiness. From the genes we inherit to the circumstances of our lives, such as our health and income, and even the intentional activities we undertake, like practicing gratitude or fostering meaningful relationships. Then there's the intriguing phenomenon of hedonic adaptation. It's our inbuilt resilience, the human ability to return to a stable level of happiness, regardless of life's highs and lows. Understanding this concept is key to comprehending long-term happiness. This science also branches into the realm of positive psychology, a field that shines a spotlight on the strengths and virtues that contribute to a fulfilling life. It emphasizes the cultivation of positive emotions like gratitude, optimism, and resilience. Finally, the science of happiness offers interventions, practical strategies that can enhance our well-being. From mindfulness meditation to acts of kindness, these are tools we can use to foster happiness in our lives. So, the quest for happiness isn't as straightforward as it seems, and there's a whole science dedicated to unraveling its complexities. At the heart of the science of happiness lies a key concept: subjective well-being. A term that may sound complex, but it's quite simple, really. It's all about how we perceive and evaluate our own lives. It's our personal narrative, our inner dialogue, where we're the lead character, director, and the critic. Subjective well-being is a mix of two crucial components. First, there's the cognitive evaluation, our overall life satisfaction. It's like a movie review of our life where we're both the critic and the film. Are we happy with the plot, the direction, the character development? Are we satisfied with the life we're living? Then there's the affective experience, the daily emotions and moods we encounter, the laughter, the tears, the frustration, the joy. It's the genre of our life's movie, fluctuating between comedy, drama, romance, and sometimes a bit of thriller. These two components together form the foundation of the science of happiness. It's not just about the big picture, but the daily scenes that make up our life's movie. Ultimately, our perception of our own well-being plays a pivotal role in our experience of happiness. But what exactly influences our happiness? The science of happiness has some interesting answers. As we delve into the depths of what makes us happy, we find complex and intertwined factors. For starters, our genetic predisposition plays a significant role. Yes, you've heard it right. Our happiness, to some extent, is written in our DNA. Research suggests that up to 50% of our happiness could be determined by our genes. This genetic set point, however, doesn't mean we're bound by fate. It's akin to having a starting line in the race of life. Next, we come to life circumstances, the tangible aspects of our lives. This includes our income, health, and even the environment we live in. While these factors do influence our happiness, they don't hold as much sway as we might think. Studies have shown that life circumstances account for only about 10% of our happiness. Now, let's talk about intentional activities. These are the actions and practices we consciously engage in, such as nurturing relationships, practicing gratitude, or pursuing a passion. Astonishingly, these activities can account for a whopping 40% of our happiness. It's in these intentional actions that we truly have the power to change our happiness levels. But there's a twist in the tale, the concept of hedonic adaptation. This is our inherent tendency to return to our baseline happiness levels, regardless of positive or negative life events. Win the lottery or lose a job, over time, we tend to bounce back to our initial level of happiness. It's like our internal emotional thermostat, keeping our happiness in check. So, what does this mean for our pursuit of happiness? It tells us that chasing after external circumstances for happiness might be a futile endeavor. Instead, focusing on intentional activities and practices that foster positive emotions, could be our best bet for long-term happiness. As it turns out, our happiness is influenced by a multitude of factors, some within our control and others not so much. Positive psychology and happiness interventions, two critical aspects of the science of happiness, offer tangible ways to enhance our well-being. Positive psychology, as a specialized branch of psychology, shifts the attention from what can go wrong to what can go right. Instead of focusing on disorders and dysfunctions, it explores human strengths, virtues, and the elements that contribute to a fulfilling life. It's like flipping the coin of conventional psychology to reveal a more optimistic side of human nature. One of the powerful tools in positive psychology's arsenal is the cultivation of positive emotions. It's about infusing our lives with feelings like gratitude, optimism, and resilience. Imagine a gardener tending to their garden, nurturing the plants that bring beauty and joy. That's what we're doing when we cultivate positive emotions. We're the gardeners and our minds are the gardens. But how can we tend to our gardens? This is where happiness interventions come into play. These are evidence-based practices that have been developed to enhance well-being. They're like the seeds we plant in our gardens, and with consistent care they can blossom into beautiful flowers of happiness. One such seed is mindfulness meditation. It's about being present, being aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's about letting go of the past and the future and just being in the now. Another seed is acts of kindness. Doing good for others doesn't just make them happy, it makes us happy too. It's like a happiness boomerang. What we throw out into the world comes back to us. And let's not forget the seed of fostering social connections. We are social creatures after all. Building and maintaining strong relationships can significantly enhance our well-being. By harnessing the power of positive psychology and practicing happiness interventions, we can actively cultivate a more fulfilling and happier life. And remember, like a garden, cultivating happiness takes time, patience, and care. But the end result, a blooming garden of joy and fulfillment, is absolutely worth it.